It was a crisp, cloudless night when 6 friends set out for the old Miller farm on the edge of town. Sam, Jenny, Mark, Stacy, Brad, and Emily were bored and looking for a thrill. For years, kids had dared each other to run through the decrepit cornfields after dark, risking the wrath of whatever evil lurked there. Most saw it as a rite of passage. Tonight, it would be their turn. As the group trudged up the dusty path toward the abandoned farmhouse, Jenny shuddered and pulled her jacket tighter. "This place gives me the creeps. Are you sure we should do this?" The others teased her for being scared, but deep down, they all felt uneasy. There was something not right about this place. Mark tried to reassure her. "Don't worry. We'll all go in together and be out in no time." But his voice shook slightly. Emily clung to Sam's arm a little tighter as the corn stalks came into view. Their leafy tops swayed lightly in the wind, hiding untold dangers between the rows. Stacy led the way, trying to mask her own nerves with false confidence. "Come on, let's just do this." One by one, they slipped between the tall, dry stalks. There was no moon tonight, and it was unsettlingly dark. The corn towered over them, blocking out the sky. It was like being in a living maze. As they made their way through the first few rows, the group kept close, comforted by each other's presence. But soon the paths twisted and divided. They struggled to keep sight of one another. Jenny's voice quivered. "Guys, wait up! I can't see anyone." They all paused, huddling together in the darkness, realizing they were lost. Which way was out? A snap of a branch made them jump. Brad peered into the darkness. "Hello? Is someone there?" No response. Their hearts pounded. Were they being watched, stalked, toyed with? Sam tried to keep calm, though his mouth had gone dry. It was probably just an animal. "Let's keep moving straight. We have to reach the other side." They crept forward, flinching at every rustle. The leaves scratched their skin as they squeezed down the narrow rows. They could no longer see the farmhouse behind them. Row after row, the corn seemed to continue forever. No matter how far they walked, there was no end in sight. Then they heard it, a child's scream, piercing and panicked, echoing all around them. They froze, eyes wide. Mark shouted, "Hello? Are you hurt?" No response. The silence was deafening. Their minds raced. Was there a lost child wandering these fields? Should they try to find them? Emily's voice trembled. "We need to get out of here now." She took off running, no idea where she was going. "Emily, stop!" Sam chased after her. The remaining 4 stood petrified. The screams came again, closer this time. The group splintered, each now running blindly through the stalks. Jenny's heart pounded as she stumbled through the darkness alone. She skidded to a halt as a small, pale figure darted across her path. "Wait! Don't run!" It was gone in an instant. Tears streamed down her face. She couldn't tell if it had been a terrified child or something else. Her pulse roared in her ears. She wanted to scream but could only whimper. Stacy flew around corners, corn leaves lashing her face. She had to escape this place. Without warning, the rows opened up into a small clearing. Stacy collapsed to her knees in the dirt, breathless and dizzy. As she looked up, her blood turned to ice. Surrounding her were made-up dolls hanging from the cornstalks. Their glassy eyes glared down at her. Brad charged ahead recklessly, stumbling over roots. He didn't notice the ground give way beneath him until it was too late. He plunged forward with a cry and landed hard on his back. The impact knocked the wind out of him. Dazed, he realized he was at the bottom of a huge pit lined with spikes. If he had fallen any differently,